Andrew, David, thanks for your time today. Qantas knew that it had staff shortages due to COVID, and you knew that airports were the same. You knew that Easter would be super busy. None of those things happened suddenly or unexpectedly. Why then weren't you better prepared?
We had prepared for the growth. It's hit us very quickly. End of last year, we were at 40% of our pre-COVID capacity in the domestic market. Over the Easter period, we're at 100%. We did plan for it. We were aware of labour shortages in the market. We planned for those. What we can't plan for is the way that we've been hit with COVID absenteeism across our businesses. People are sick with COVID and people who are absent because they're close contacts. And that's hit us all over the place. Ground operations, security, our Jetstar pilots have been more impacted than our Qantas pilots. That we couldn't plan for. In one case, we had 50% of our workforce in one group in Melbourne absent one morning. You can't plan for those kinds of things, and that's what's hit us over this holiday period.
The Business Council says that workforces at some airports are 40% lower than pre-pandemic levels. Are there enough workers out there for Qantas and for airports to recruit, or does the federal government need to increase skilled migration so you can get on top of some of these issues?
Clearly, whatever the federal government can do to help with labour shortages more generally across the economy will be welcomed by all businesses in this country. For us specifically, we have planned. We've kept all the skilled workers, pilots, cabin crew, engineers, where we're ramping up in other jobs. We are finding we are getting those people. It does take time to recruit. We did allow for it. But as I said, the problem we've got is the way COVID's hitting our sickness and absenteeism levels, and that's the challenge we've currently got.
Qantas outsourced 2,000 ground handling jobs mid-pandemic. How can having a new workforce not be contributing to some of these headaches?
Well, it's not a new workforce because in 55 of the 65 airports, we'd already outsourced to all of these ground handlers over many, many years. So they were used to Qantas and they had the staff and they had the equipment. The decision that we made was to outsource the other 10 airports. And indeed, the performance from those ground handlers has been very good. If you look at last Easter, where we didn't have COVID rife in the community and our domestic capacity was back to 93%, the performance was very, very good. The difference this time round, when we're just over 100%, is we've got COVID in the community and all of the ground handlers have been hit by that. So it has nothing to do with outsourcing and everything to do with the way COVID is impacting our workforce.
Regarding flight credits, it can be hard to find a time to rebook. A flight has to match what you spent originally. If you get on the phone, you're on the moment on hold for an hour or two. Why not simplify it so that you can just have rebook or immediate refund so that people can get their money back? Because if you haven't flown them anywhere, it is their money that you're hanging on to.
Well, exactly, Leigh. We've refunded since the pandemic $1.8 billion in refunds. We're currently holding $1.4 billion in credits. An initiative we just put in place last week was to automate 80% of those that want a refund. Where the booking is simple, we can do it quickly, and for that 80%, we will get them a refund within 1 week. Where currently, it's anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks, and at the worst case, it actually blew out to 12 weeks. But for 80%, it will be down to 1 week. The other 20% tend to be more complicated itineraries, where they've used part of the itinerary but not the rest, or it's with multiple airlines, or it's through a travel agent. And those are more complex for us to handle. Those ones we're still going to have to do offline. But 80% from this week onwards, they should be able to get a refund within 1 week.
Andrew, David, thanks very much.
Oh, pleasure. Thank you, Leigh.
Hi, I'm Leigh Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.